Hello, everybody.
For months, President Trump has been in search of positive news amid America's Covid crisis. And on the day of the Republican National Convention, he thinks he's found it, in the form of small bags of yellow fluid taken from recovered Covid patients.
A treatment known as convalescent plasma. This is a powerful therapy that transfuses very, very strong antibodies.
You get plasma by separating red and white cells and platelets from whole blood. And there's some evidence plasma containing antibodies to Covid-19 could save lives. But the evidence isn't very good yet.
We don't know yet that it's effective. So it's really important that we determine its safety and effectiveness in really robust, large, randomized controlled trials. And that's exactly what we're carrying out in the UK.
The government has funded new donor centres like this one to allow NHS Blood and Transplant to get the plasma they need for those clinical trials.
You know, if I can just make one person better, then that's just my bit done. So yeah, absolutely, just help.
Centres like this one have taken 16,000 donations of precious plasma, but they're crying out for more donors to come forward, not just to prove that plasma works in a proper clinical trial, but also to ensure they've got enough stocks of the stuff to save lives if there was a dangerous second peak. Of course, we won't need any of it if a vaccine comes along. But could President Trump really fast-track this one being trialled by the University of Oxford? They began human safety trials of their vaccine in April, involving over 1,000 healthy participants. The second phase looked at the response of older people and children before expanding globally to test if the vaccine is effective in larger populations. So far, over 3,500 people have received the vaccine in Brazil and another 1,000 in South Africa. Big numbers, but not big enough to give results before the US election.
Many different vaccine candidates can elicit an antibody response, but we don't know that they protect. So until we know that a vaccine actually protects against an infection, that vaccine can be useless. So we have to wait for the results of these trials properly.
To launch a new therapy or vaccine might bring the illusion of political triumph, but to impose an untested one on people would be a grave public health failure.